Ever find yourself laying awake at night haunted by the idea of being single for life? Life becomes harder because all of us know how difficult it is to find the one these days. It's not like the olden times when you can simply give a rose or write a small letter to someone you like. It's far more competitive that it becomes tiring. Sometimes we even wonder if dating is really worth it. Is it better to stay single and lonely forever rather than starting to date again? Well, a chunk of that feeling probably comes from the current ways of dating. They're everyone's worst fear: dating apps. Swipe right, ghosting, emojis, they're all just so confusing. Are dating apps really modern matchmakers, or have they become the architects of heartbreak? Here's how dating apps destroyed dating. But before we begin, my name is Mr. Scape, and if you enjoyed this video, it would be greatly appreciated if you liked and subscribed. There's a certain age when you decide that yes, I'm finally going out into the world and looking for the one. If you didn't meet your partner in high school, you've likely experienced the ups and downs of the dating world. Then you realize how painful it is to date. You're jumping from one person to another, but they aren't unlimited. You'll probably look for a partner online. To some, it's a total embarrassment, but for most people, that's modern dating for you. Dating exposes even the most sane people to uncertainty and vulnerability. There's a lot on the line, from wondering if your desire is reciprocated to being too vulnerable. The chemistry between you and your date. Let's be clear, dating has always been hard, but with the advancement of technology, dating has become a total conundrum. While it has simplified certain elements, it has also complicated others too. In today's world, it's like navigating a maze blindfolded. From the ease of connecting with people online to the convenience of finding potential matches through dating apps, it's a whole new experience out there. Sadly, while technology has made it easier to connect, it has also complicated the dating landscape. Have you ever heard of the choice paradox? It means that the more options we have, the more difficult it is to make a decision. All you have are choices everywhere, and they're starting to make everything more confusing. Imagine how complicated it is for people who dislike the online world too. So, with the introduction of dating apps and social media, our reach has expanded beyond our local networks. While this may appear to be a good thing, it has also made dating more difficult, especially when compared to the generations way back. Did you know that nearly 40% of people report meeting their significant other online? It's a digital age love story for many. Still, it's a bit cringy for most people, and we totally understand. Now, let's talk about something really important: safety. Concerns regarding personal safety, particularly for women, have become more widespread in the digital age. With the development of online dating comes additional concerns such as catfishing, receiving unsolicited graphic photos, or unlawful sharing of your intimate images. So, apart from the handful of choices, the lack of physical dating, you even have to remain cautious and take precautions. Dating shouldn't even be this hard. To give you a glimpse of how bad dating is these days, you have to know how people serenaded each other before. How many of us have received those generic subs on dating apps? It's like casting a wide net and hoping for the best. But rewind a few years and people had to put in more effort. Personalized greetings and unique conversations were the norm. It's natural that when you meet someone interesting, you want to see them again. Nowadays, you probably just exchange Instagram handles or add each other on Facebook. But back in the day, getting someone's number was a whole ordeal. You had to rely on pen and paper, hoping not to lose that precious scrap. And if all else failed, you'd be flipping through the phone book praying they were listed. So, you've got the number, now what? Well, making that first call was a nerve-wracking experience. No texting, no messaging apps, just good old landlines. Imagine having to ask someone out with nosy roommates or, worse, parents listening in. And let's not forget the classic line, "Hello, Mrs. Johnson, may I speak to Anna?" Ah, the good old days. Then you had to impress their families too. Now, some people don't even get out of their cars to ring the doorbell. Timing was everything as well. No guarantee the person you were calling would be home, not eating dinner, or indisposed in the bathroom. And if luck wasn't on your side, you'd be facing the landline's answering machine, equipped with cassette tapes. Setting up a date wasn't as simple as suggesting a vague location and time like we do today. It had to be an exact spot at an exact time, and if someone was running late, you were left hanging, possibly for hours, at that specific location. No texting to update or change plans, just pure anticipation and uncertainty. We've got to give a hand to them because dating was definitely better before. That's better than constantly checking your relationship status online. The ease of dating sites comes with a dark side. All good things do most of the time. Dating sites claim they can pair you up scientifically based on compatibility, but when did love become so practical? If you weren't so desperate, then you shouldn't let online algorithms dictate your romantic pursuits. All of these often lead to fraud and ultimately heartbreak. It often starts with catfishing. They create fake profiles using stolen photos and false information to lure in unsuspecting victims. These profiles are meticulously crafted to seem genuine and appealing. And then there's manipulating, where people you date build trust at an unnaturally fast pace by expressing love and affection. It's a tactic aimed at emotionally controlling their victims. It doesn't stop there. Some isolate victims to prevent them from seeking advice or assistance from friends and family. It's a sinister game that you wouldn't want to play. What's funny is that we're all aware of the dark side of dating and we can't do much about it. There's a group online that's called "We Are Dating the Same Guy." How does it work? Well, people post screenshots of men's dating profiles and ask for the tea. Then members respond with first-hand accounts, stories of friends matching, and even screenshots of chats. It's like a digital warning system where women can crowdsource information to ensure their safety in the dating world. There's probably more things like these online, making the act of dating weirder than it should be. Looking back at it, dating apps destroy the true essence of dating. Okay, they're not all bad people, but how you date still feels unnatural. Let's finally address the elephant in the room. We're all thinking that online dating means you only care about the person's appearance. Of course, that's the truth. The emphasis on physical appearance in dating app profiles, swipe left, swipe right, it's become a routine for many. Are we missing out on a deeper connection by solely focusing on looks? The sole nature of dating apps contribute to a lack of emphasis on personality and genuine connections. Swipe culture often leaves little room for exploring personality traits and shared interests. How many potential connections are we dismissing just because a photo didn't meet our standards? It's time we asked ourselves if we're sacrificing meaningful connections for a fleeting first impression. Are they really worth it? It surely takes a toll on our self-esteem and confidence. Constantly being judged based on looks can lead to unrealistic standards and a negative impact on mental health. How can we navigate this landscape without compromising our sense of self-worth? It seems so difficult, and it might even take years to solve. There are more problems where that came from. Dating apps have changed the way we meet people, but have we taken it too far? The constant swiping left or right has become a game for many users. It's quick, it's easy. Dating apps are designed to be addictive, exploiting the same tactics used in gambling. Apparently, the swiping mechanism activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine when a match is made. It's a quick and easy way to feel a sense of accomplishment and pleasure. Aside from treating it as a game, people also ghost. You're probably familiar with what that is. It's when someone you're dating, or just simply talking to, suddenly stops responding to your texts or answering your calls. In the blink of the eye, they're gone without a trace. That's why they're likened to ghosts. Ghosting has become a common phenomenon. The convenience of digital communication allows people to easily disconnect without facing the discomfort of a face-to-face conversation. You can just casually stop talking to a person without confronting them. Whether you've experienced it personally or heard stories from friends, the vanishing act seems to be on the rise. Again, this can be emotionally distressing, leaving individuals questioning their self-worth and feeling rejected. It's a harsh reality. What are we missing now that the world is dating online? Using Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, OkCupid, and whatever else app is there sounds exciting, but despite their promise to increase your chances of finding love, the reality is quite different. The consequences of using these apps are quite alarming. Dating apps want to keep you engaged, and the longer they can keep you scrolling, the more revenue they generate. After all, a successful love story means you might delete the app, and that's not in their best interest. That's pretty great marketing right there. No matter how genuine these apps may appear, they're businesses with a bottom line. They need you to keep swiping, matching, and interacting. Your romantic success may be a byproduct, but it's not their primary concern. We can't tell you to go out to touch some grass because we know using dating apps is inevitable. Where else are you meeting the love of your life if not through an app, right? So, is the so-called dating apocalypse upon us? Yes, but it's complicated. While the rise of online dating perpetuates a hookup culture, there's a growing awareness of its toxicity. Increased pressure has led to more research on how to correct these issues. It's up to us to decide, do we want our love lives to fall victim to these platforms? Romance is slowly dying, and it's all because of these dating apps. What was once made to make lives easier is making everything harder. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.